Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to Halloween in 3rd grade. Don't mind the crazy hair today. It is an absolute insane 24 hours that has been happening here. So the town that I live in is experiencing crazy high winds, like 80 miles an hour. And it's usually pretty windy here, but it's like extra windy right now. And so SCE is cutting off a lot of the power. So my house is out of power for the last 24 hours. So I brought all my stuff to school today and I got ready at school. And it's also crazy windy. So I've been going like back and forth to my car to grab things for the stuff that we're doing today that I'm going to show you for Fear Factor. So my hair is like all crazy and it's just like, I gotta take a breath and calm down because Halloween is notoriously like an insanely crazy day if you teach elementary school, or really I think any age. It's just a crazy day. They're excited about dressing up and getting candy and going trick-or-treating, and it's a fun time for them. So they come in already with a lot of energy. And if you don't live in a windy area, having a super windy day is kind of like having a full moon, which we all know the kids just go crazy for some reason. Like the kids are just crazy when there's a full moon. And when it's windy, it feels exactly like that. So today it's super windy. A lot of the kids' houses are without power, so that's probably extra crazy for them. And then on top of that, it's Halloween. They're all dressed up. We're doing a transformation day today. So just breathing, calm before the storm. I know it's gonna be a crazy day, but in order to try to harness that crazy, we are doing kind of like a mini room transformation. Not really a room transformation, I guess, but we are doing Cooties and Cuties Fear Factor. So Cooties and Cuties, her name's Jessi on Instagram, has amazing, amazing stuff in her TPT store. And one of them was this really cool Fear Factor Halloween kind of challenge day. So I'm getting everything set up right now and I want to show you guys what we're doing. I don't have everything ready right now because, as I mentioned, my power is out and I took everything home last night to laminate and get everything ready, and I was planning on showing you guys, but obviously I can't vlog in the dark. So I'm now laminating everything here because I have power at school. So I'm gonna just show you guys like the setup right now of what I have going on. Everything's not done. I'm gonna walk you over to my table and show you guys what I'm doing as well. But I wanted a chance to show you guys everything before the kids got in here and kind of destroyed everything. So I'm gonna flip you guys around and show you what I'm working on right now. All right, so this is where I'm at right now. I am setting up the boxes. So everything that you see, the signs, these signs, and then those signs came from Cooties and Cuties pack. This do not cross crime scene caution tape came from the Dollar Tree. And yes, I realize my X is not perfectly straight, but that's the best I can do right now. It came in a pack of 30 feet for $1, so I only needed 1 pack. Of course, I bought 3 just in case, but I used barely any of it, so I'm gonna save that for next year. So then I just have the sign saying welcome to Fear Factor, and underneath that are the challenges. So there's different challenges and each challenge has a task card set that goes with it. In the pack you do have to create your own task cards, but they're editable so you can make it for whatever content you're teaching at the moment. So we did 3 math and 2 ELA. So basically each of these boxes has something in it that is going to feel like the thing that's on the outside. So the human femur challenge is going to have dog bones on the inside, but the box is empty right now because I'm still setting everything up, but it's going to be closed, and then I'm just going to cut a little hole in the top so the kids can't see what's inside of it, but they can reach their hand in. And it says on the outside human femur, so they're going to feel around for the task card that they're getting for that challenge, and they're going to feel what feels to them like human bones, which is creepy and gross, and I know they're gonna love it. The worm challenge is also gonna have a different set of task cards, and inside of that one is cooked spaghetti, which I cooked in the dark last night, which was interesting. This one I'm super excited for. I'm gonna put a little bit of water and a little bit of soap in it, dish soap, and so it's gonna feel super slimy. And as I was putting the spaghetti into the bags last night, it felt like worms. And I was telling my boyfriend, if you don't know that this is spaghetti, this feels like worms. They're gonna freak out in the best way. They're gonna think it's so gross and so cool. I can't wait. The Monster Tooth challenge is just popcorn kernels uncooked. Spider legs challenge is pipe cleaners folded up to feel like spider legs, which those again feel exactly like spiders, and I'm so afraid of tarantulas and really any spiders, but they feel like those big, thick, hairy tarantula legs, and oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. And then the eyeball challenge is just grapes, and I'm gonna line the bottom of the box with foil and then put the grapes in. Obviously pulled off the branches, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of dish soap in that too so it feels kind of slimy again. So Again, the boxes are going to be closed, and then there's going to be a slit at the top big enough for a hand to go through, but they're not going to be able to see what's inside. So I'm only going to put a little bit of the stuff on the bottom. Hopefully the hole is going to be small enough and it'll be dark inside that they can't see what's in there. And hopefully, just for the fun of it, they don't try to look. But even if they do, they're going to think that this is disgusting and hilarious and fun. And of course, if they don't want to do it or they're scared, they don't have to. They can have a friend get a task card for them. But I have a feeling they're all going to want to. Third graders think farts are hilarious and they think everything gross is just the funniest thing in the world. So I thought that they would really love this. And then over here, in that same pack, Jessi put different like crew names or different team names if you wanted to break your class up into teams. So I have 20 kids, so there's going to be 4 kids in a group. I'm just going to write their names underneath. I was originally going to put them in the houses that they're used to working in, but I only have 4 houses and I want them to be working with different people. So I'm going to kind of level them and make sure that there's someone in each group who can help the group if they're struggling with the task cards, because they are a little bit challenging, but that's what I wanted. And then as far as telling them like which box they're going to go to at each time, I think I'm just going to tell them out loud. So we're going to do it kind of center style, and we're going to have 20 minutes per rotation. So I'm just going to have all the kids listed under, like, for example, the Boo Crew. And I'm just going to tell them, if you're in the Boo Crew and you can see your names up on the board, then you're going to be working on the Human Femur Challenge first, and so forth. And then when it's time to switch, I'll just tell them which crew is going to which box. So they're only going to be pulling from one box at a time. And I'll show you the task cards that I made and am currently laminating right now, so you can see kind of what they'll be working on and how they're going to keep track of it. I've never done this before, but I'm a little nervous about the center style rotations and having them go to different boxes and making sure they're getting from the box they're supposed to. But Jessi included something else for behavior in there that I think is going to be perfect, that I will also show you guys in a minute, that might help keep them on track and make sure that they're only grabbing from the box that they're supposed to. So I'm gonna walk you guys over to my table and show you guys what I'm getting set up right now. Okay, so this is what we got going on for the task cards. So Jessi has an editable pack that you can make your own task cards, and that's what all these came from. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There's 4 set up on a page, and then you can just duplicate the page for however many task cards you want to make. So then I just added a letter onto each task card so that when they have their recording sheet, which I made by just duplicating the pages without the task card information on them. So this is exactly what the task cards look like when you go to edit them, minus the letters. And then you can just add a text box and add whatever problem you wanted. And then I just duplicated the page so that I could turn this into a recording sheet so they knew which task cards they had done, and I had a place to see their answers for it. So for example, box number 1 is all working on rounding. So whichever one I end up putting 1 in from the boxes, that's the only one that they can pull from. They'll pull 1 at a time. There's 12 task cards, so there's 12 spots for them to record. Whoops. Here we go. And then, so if they pull 1J, then when they come over to solve, then they will solve it in the 1J box. And that way they know if they go and put this task card back when they're done, they pull a different one, they can see, oh, I pulled 1I, I haven't done that one yet, I can go do that one now. Or if they pull one that they've already done, then they can just put it back and grab another one. Because they're going to be working in teams, but they're not going to be working together. So the kids that are in, for example, the Scream team, they're going to be pulling from the Worm Challenge box, and that's how I know who's pulling from that box. But once they pull a task card, they're going to go back to their seat to work on it, and when they finish it, they can put it back in the box. So again, I've never done this before. I don't know if this is the best way to do it, but this is just the way that I'm trying to do it this year, and I'm going to save all this stuff if it goes well, which I think it will, and use it again next year. So I will keep you guys updated on how it goes afterwards today and let you know if I would have changed anything. So that's how I'm going to do it right now. They're in teams just so they know where to pull from box-wise, but they're not going to be working together on a task card. They're going to work on it by themselves. At least that's my idea right now. We'll see. I'll let you know if I change that. So I just made this into a big packet. And honestly, too, I probably should have made these smaller, like shrunk them, and then put like 2 of these on a page. So there was 8 boxes on one, but I didn't. So it's like a 10-page packet, but oh well, kind of a waste of paper. So I is rounding, 2 is solving 3-digit subtraction with 3 grouping. 3 is practicing alliteration. So we gave them, let me take this out real quick. So this one we gave them a word bank of Halloween themed words, and then they're going to create Halloween themed sentences using alliteration. And each one of the sentences has like a matching box that they put it on. So one of them has to do with a werewolf, one of them has to do with a vampire, one of them has to do with a spider, and so forth. So that's where they will record their alliteration sentences on here. And each of these task cards is the same. So they're only going to pull one task card and then see if they can make a sentence that fits in with each one of these themes. So when they pull from whatever box I put the task card 3 in, they're not going to be going back and forth to pull out of that box. They're just going to be pulling once and then using that card for the whole page. And then task 4 is working on elapsed time. These problems are really, really tricky. There's 12 of those as well, but I don't think they're going to get done with all 12. So the 4s look the same. Oh, you know what? Maybe I only did 8. Yeah, it looks like I only did 8 because that page only has 8 boxes. So, oh, that's right. Forgive me. I barely slept last night because I had no power, and I usually sleep with fans on, and I couldn't have my fan, so I was awake all night. Anyways, so there's 8 boxes for that one. And then for part 5, we have these little cards with creating a silly story. So we gave them a character, setting, problem, and solution, and each one is different. I'll pull these out and show you these two. They're all in bags because I plan on taking them home to laminate them, and I wanted to keep them separate. This is really hard to do one-handed. But as you know, that didn't work out, so here we are. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys really quick what these task cards are. This is for this silly story. And that's the last one. So that one, they will get to go back and forth and pull all the different task cards. And then on here for each one, we put the character, setting, problem, and solution in a space for them to brainstorm. So with their pictures that they have, they're going to write a story and kind of plan out what's happening with the characters, setting, problem, and solution. And then on a piece of paper, I put on here right on the back, but we ended up making this double-sided. So we're just going to give them lined pieces of paper, and then they can turn it into a silly story. So I don't know if they're going to be able to finish 6 stories in 20 minutes. Probably only like 1 or 2, but I would rather them have more to work on than not enough, and then one group be sitting there finished, and then that's when behavior issues are going to start happening. So, so that is how they are going to keep track of which ones they have done and which ones they haven't. And then they can turn that in at the end of the day, and I can check and see their work. I probably won't grade it. I'm just going to make sure that they are getting stuff done. So I'm going to laminate all these, and then each set is going to go in a different box. So all the 1 cards might go in the spider legs challenge. This one might go in the eyeball challenge. It doesn't really matter where they go as long as all that group is together, so they're practicing the same skill. And then over here, in that same pack that Jessi created, there is this thing called eyeball roundup. So I'm going to cut these out. Each student is going to get one of these little chunks, and this is kind of like a behavior management strategy. Not kind of, it is. So each student is going to get one of these eyeball roundup sheets, and while we're going through all the challenges, I'm going to tell them beforehand that I am going to be looking for students who are on task, who are participating, who are being respectful, responsible, or safe, following all of our Essential 35 classroom rules. And I'm going to tell them that when I see them doing something awesome and being on task, I'm going to have them color in a certain amount of eyeballs. So I might tell them they can color in 1, I might say they can color in a whole row. And then at the end of this whole Fear Factor challenge, whichever team from those teams over there, whichever team has the most eyeballs colored is going to win a piece of candy each. Maybe 2. I don't know. We'll see. It might go crazy. I'm hoping that eyeball roundup that I just showed you is going to kind of harness that crazy energy and turn it into productive energy. I know they're going to be excited. They're already excited. Halloween is notoriously one of those days that's just wild and crazy, and teachers tend to get frustrated, and it's exhausting, and the kids aren't listening. So why not use that energy that they already have and do something fun and silly and try to make it an engaging, exciting day. So that's what we're doing today. This did take a little bit of work. You have to create the task cards. I had gotten boxes and then I left them in my room, and one of the janitors is new and threw them away the day before yesterday. And so when I went to go make them yesterday, I was like, no, I don't have them. So I went and bought those boxes at Staples yesterday, but they ended up being the perfect size for the paper on top, so that's fine. Copy paper boxes would work best for that because they have a lid and then you can just cut a hole in the lid. But this is gonna work. It's gonna be awesome. I'm excited. I can't even think right now because I'm so tired. I literally slept like 2 hours. But it's gonna be an awesome day. I'm excited. Oh, and my team today for Halloween is dressing up as Go Noodle characters. Oh, come on. I dropped my mask. And I am Mr. Catman from, I don't even remember what channel he's from. So this is my terrifying cat mask. I can't even look at myself like this. So if you're wondering how come I wasn't dressed up, I am dressed up. My costume is just a mask, and then I'm just wearing all black and then leopard shoes or cheetah print. I don't know what to call this. So I will check back in with you guys in a little bit, and I will let you guys know how it went and anything that I would change. And yeah, I'm gonna put you guys down for now. All the stuff that I'm going to be using for the challenge, this is the extra tape that I told you guys about that I bought too much of. All this stuff I got at the dollar store. So this I was able to get at Dollar Tree. This is going to be for the spider legs. I just got a bunch of variety of dog bones because I don't know. I don't have a dog. I don't really know what to get. This one I thought, I don't know if you guys can see, this is kind of blurry, but this one is going to feel a lot like human bones, I think. And then I got some grapes, more dog bones for human femurs. I got a lot of dog bones, wow. Why did I get so many? And then I got this at just the grocery store for the witch's teeth. Or is it witch's teeth? Werewolf teeth? Whatever teeth it is. And then an endless amount of cooked spaghetti for worms, which I brought foil to wrap both these things, the boxes on the bottom, so that when I put the dish soap in, it doesn't ruin the box and make a huge mess for me to clean up later. So I'm just gonna hide this back here for now. And we are gonna start the day with math. So we're still doing math today. And after recess is when we are going to start all this. So I'm gonna finish prepping all this. The kids are coming in about 20 minutes. I've been here for like 45 minutes so far, and you guys saw what I've gotten done so far. So I'm just gonna hide this back here in the back of my classroom until after recess, and then I'll put all the stuff in the box once I get the task cards laminated, and then we'll be ready to go. Oh, I'm gonna show you guys my door really quick too, because on my door, on the outside, I have one little sign and one little piece of tape, so I'm gonna show you that real quick. Hi. One thing I forgot to mention is that in that Fear Factor pack, there's a bunch of different little treat ideas, and one of them is puke, which I thought was really funny. It's just taking white chocolate, melting it, and putting green food coloring in, and then putting Nerds and what else was on top? Sour Patch Kids. So it looks like a zombie threw up or something. And I was gonna make that last night, but the power was out and I wasn't able to do that. So I'm gonna sadly not be using that today. But there was a bunch of other cool ones too, like earwax. You just take marshmallows and dip it in caramel and then put it on a stick and it looks like a Q-tip with earwax on it. I thought that was hilarious and disgusting and amazing. So I would highly recommend checking out this pack. This is gonna make for the best Halloween ever. I am so excited. So thank you, Jessi, for such an awesome resource. And I gotta go finish setting everything up, but I will check back in with you guys in a little bit. Hello again, it is lunchtime now. My hair has gotten progressively worse throughout the day because we've been outside for PE, and at recess time I walked to the office, and it's been a wild day. My kids have been doing really good today though. They all want to participate in the Fear Factor challenge, so they've been on task all day. So from the morning until recess, we did our normal math lesson that we always do. And then after that, we've been watching Coco while I've been setting all this stuff up. So all my kids have a PG movie permission slip signed, so that was fine. So they've been up here, I've been back here setting up the boxes. So I wanted to give you guys a little peek into the boxes before I close them to see what it looks like and what kind of stuff I have and how I organize everything. Oh, my brain is like mush right now. I can't even like think or talk straight. So I'm going to turn you guys around and show you guys what's in the boxes before I get them set up, because right after lunch is when we are going to start our Fear Factor stuff. Okay, so this first one is the worm challenge. So I just lined the box with some foil so that it wouldn't completely get all gross and mushy and be a big mess for me to clean up afterwards. Probably should have put a little bit more foil up the sides on this one because there was so much spaghetti. So I just put spaghetti, and then I just went ahead and squirted some dish soap in there with the task cards. It feels so much like worms, you guys. They're gonna freak out. But in a good way. And I told them too, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. Someone else can pull out a card for you and you can just do the problems. But they're all going to want to do it. All of them are really excited, actually. The next one is the monster tooth. So this one is the popcorn kernels. And I just kind of threw the task cards in there so that they could have to kind of dig around a little bit and get to touch it. The next one is the human femurs. So I have all the different dog bones in here. These ones, I don't even know like what you would call this because I don't have a dog, but these ones feel so real. The other ones don't necessarily feel like they might be human bones. This feels like a dog bone. But when you feel this one, it feels like what I would expect a human bone to feel like. So I hope they're gonna enjoy that. You know, there's some residue on it. For the spider legs, I took just a buttload of these pipe cleaners and just kind of bent them. And it looks like it took me a really long time because there's so many of them. But I just took a whole big chunk, cut them in half, and then just folded them all together and then broke them apart. So it took me like 2 minutes to do all of these. And I put the task cards at the bottom so they'd have to reach in and feel the legs. This one especially feels like spider legs. It feels just like a tarantula. And then the witch's eyeballs with the grapes. Again, I lined it with the foil because I'm going to put, or actually I already did put dish soap in there, but it looks like it's kind of drying up. So I might put some more in there. But I felt around in there. It feels so slimy and disgusting with the soap. So I would definitely recommend using dish soap or some kind of soap to make both the worms, the spaghetti, and the grapes, the eyeballs, feel that slimy kind of gross feeling. The only thing I'm a little worried about is we don't have a sink in our classroom because I am in a portable classroom. So I don't know how that's going to work with them pulling it out with it slimy. I might just put like a box of tissues over on the stage where all the boxes are going to be. So that way if they pull it out and they want to wash or dry their hand off, not wash it. I wish we had a sink and we could wash it. But if they want to dry their hand off after they pull their hand out and it's all slimy, then they can do that before they work on that problem. So I'm going to close those boxes right now. I'm going to try to figure out how I can make them a little bit darker because the holes have to be big enough for a hand to go in, but I don't want the kids to be able to peek into the box and see what is actually in there. So I'm not really sure how to navigate that. I might make them turn around before they put their hand in, like they can't be looking into the box. And I'm just hoping that none of the kids are like, this feels like spaghetti, or these are grapes, or I saw that this is not spiders. I hope that they don't ruin it for each other, but you know how kids can be, so just keep my fingers crossed that that doesn't happen. So I just wanted to show you guys that before I close it up. I'm going to close them up now, put them on the stage, and then, oh, there's one more thing I wanted to show you guys that we did for Halloween. I sent it home this week as like a homework assignment, but it was not really homework. So I'm going to turn you guys around and show you guys my kids' examples. Basically, they got to decide what I should be for Halloween. So they turned out really cute, and I wanted to share them with you, so I'm going to flip you guys around. So every student got this paper like a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago. And all I did was I printed this paper off of iwannabeasuperteacher.com. I believe it was a freebie. Yeah, I want to say it was free. And then I just printed out a picture of myself and cut out my head and then glued it onto the body before I made copies of it. So this was just like a blank body, obviously. And then they got to decide what I should be for Halloween and give me 3 reasons. So this student chose Wonder Woman. So adorable. This is like my favorite thing every year. I love getting to see what they dress me up as. Miss Incredible. It's cute. This one said a witch. I think it would look good on her. I think a witch dress will fit her. I think shoes will look good on her and some gloves. Cool. Oh my gosh, how adorable. I think she should be a fox. Aw, because she's beautiful like a fox and matches her pretty face. She is a little wild and funny. Well, that's adorable and sweet. Oh, I love me some Harry Potter. Okay, I think she should be Professor McGonagall. She loves Harry Potter. They're both teachers. They're both girls and cool. That's cute. And the shoes say spells. I love the little details that they put on this. So cute. And I have a little spell book. Adorable. Okay, this is hilarious to me because we have a cactus themed classroom. Kind of. Like there's some cactus accents and I have a couple plants in here, but it's not like overly cactus themed. But a few of them picked cactus. I think it should be a cactus because she loves cactuses. Miss Romeo should be a cactus because she likes the colors in them and because they're all over her classroom. Okay, well done. I love my little cactus crown on this one. I think that's so, so cute. Oh my gosh, this is adorable. I think Miss Romeo should be a clown because she's funny, she's silly, and she always makes me laugh. Oh, that's sweet. This is what I love about sending these home is that they get so creative. Oh, she put a little nose on me, how cute. They get so creative and start using supplies that they have at home that we wouldn't necessarily have here for them to use, and they turn out so, so cute. Oh my gosh, I love this one. I think this one might be my favorite. So cute. I think she should be a gumball machine because she is colorful and gumballs are colorful too. She's sweet and gumballs are sweet too. She loves rainbows and gumballs remind me of rainbows too. That's adorable. I almost dressed up as a gumball machine one year and this is exactly how I would have done it, and that's so cute. I think I'm gonna have to do that next year. Got a couple more. I should be a motorcycle rider punk. Miss Romeo looks awesome in the short leather jacket. She looks cool with dyed pink hair. I thought the purse would be funny to hold candy while trick-or-treating. How cute is that? Alright, we've got another cactus because she likes them. She has a cactus in her class. They're green and she's on the green team for our little color Ron Clark teams that we have at school. Oh, this one's cute. Okay, I think she should be a mermaid because she likes to go to the beach. She is pretty like a mermaid, and she looks like a good swimmer. Sometimes the stuff they write just makes me laugh so much because it's just so random, and I love it. We've never talked about swimming in here before, but I look like a good swimmer, guys. I'm not that great of a swimmer, but that is really sweet. Oh, another gumball machine, a glitter gumball machine. Because she is sweet like a gumball, she makes kids happy like gumballs do. Oh my gosh, how cute. And her class is filled with all the colors of a gumball. Okay, I'm gonna cry, that's adorable. Okay, Violet Parr. Is that from, it looks like from Incredibles. Okay, I think Miss Romeo should be Violet because she is a superstar like Miss Romeo. Aw. She has magic powers just like Miss Romeo, like teaching children. Okay, you guys, this is too sweet. Violet Parr is a fast runner like Miss Romeo is a fast writer and typer without looking. I can type over 100 words per minute, and they didn't believe me, so I showed them one day, and they were all like, what? So that's hilarious. Okay, let's see. Pikachu, because she is happy like Pikachu, she is kind like Pikachu, she is funny. That's adorable. Just a couple more. I should be Black Widow superhero. I don't know that one. Because she's very smart, she cares about people, and she's very sneaky. I love it. That's adorable. These just make me so happy. Okay, I think she should be a flower because I know that you like flowers, you like pink and designs, and like pink flowers designs. Cute. Two more. Okay. Oh, how cute is that? Okay, another cactus. And then these, I don't know if you guys can tell, but these are like 3D glued on pieces. Okay, because she loves cactuses, a cactus would be an unusual costume, and a cactus is a costume that no one would think of. I love it. Very creative. How cute is that? And then the last one, I love this. I think Miss Romeo should be a mermaid. She's kind and nice like a mermaid. Aw, she's pretty like a mermaid. She's magical like a mermaid. So adorable. Well, my heart is officially melted for like the rest of my life. Those are so cute and so sweet and just make me smile. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I thought it was a really cute idea from that blog that I just said that I got it off of. And I do it every year, and it's like my favorite thing when they come back because it's just so creative and adorable and fun. And I'm going to share them with them when they get back in from lunch. And let them see what each other chose. So they're excited to see that. And then I'm gonna get Fear Factor set up, and then I will pick you guys back up at the end of the day and tell you guys how it went and anything that I would change. All right, so I got everything set up. I just cut a hole in the top big enough for a little hand to go through. And it looks pretty dark in there. I don't think they're gonna be able to see this one. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be able to see any of them. So I'm pretty excited. I think I'm just gonna have them turn their back while they are picking out something from the box. That way they're not tempted to peek, and it makes it a little bit more exciting. I'm also going to show them a clip from Fear Factor, the actual show, because I think a lot of them don't really know what that is. I mean, why would they? It's an old show and they're young. So I'm going to show them an appropriate clip so they get an idea of what the show was, and hopefully I'll get like a little bit more buy-in from the kids who are a little bit more nervous. So I'm going to show them an appropriate clip of what the show was so that they have a better understanding of why this is fun. And yeah, I hope that they enjoy it. We'll see. Hello again. It's now the end of the school day. If you can't tell by my frazzled hair, melted makeup, and just overall exhausted demeanor. Today was a lot. It was high energy, but the Fear Factor stuff was very, very fun and engaging. And I feel like it helped harness that energy into something productive and fun and meaningful instead of just being crazy and chaotic and stressful. So I would definitely recommend trying this out on a holiday. Obviously, Fear Factor one is more geared towards Halloween because it's like kind of creepy and spooky. But trying some kind of fun activity on a holiday, because you already know it's going to be crazy, so you might as well turn that craziness into something fun and meaningful for the kids. I did want to share a couple thoughts. I told you guys I would let you guys know how it went. A couple of the kids, when they were reaching in, knew immediately what the items were. And so I had to like quickly go over and kind of whisper to them before they shouted it, and everyone heard that yes, they are correct, but not to ruin the surprise for everyone else. And then at the end of the day, I ended up opening the boxes and letting them guess what was in it and then showing them. I did have one student who was afraid to reach into the box and didn't really want to participate. And so I took him outside and told him what was in it and just said, it's just fun and silly. It's definitely not something that you need to be worried about. And I told him exactly what was inside of it, and then he came back in and had fun with it. And then I think he felt like a little bit... like we had a little secret too, so he felt kind of like he was special because he was the only one who really knew. One thing that I wanted to mention was the holes that I made were a little bit too small. So I threw that inside because these got trashed. I was planning on saving all of these things, but they're pretty trashed. The holes that I made were a little bit small for the cards to come out of. So a lot of the cards are bent. And a lot of them are kind of goopy too from the soap and the other materials in them. So I don't think I'm even going to be saving these. I'm glad they were laminated because they would have been completely demolished and they wouldn't have been able to use them after like the first person went. So I would suggest making the holes a little bit bigger so that you don't have to tear and bend the cards to get them out of the hole. I also did end up having them turn around to make sure that they weren't looking into the boxes, and that worked out well. Besides that one student who was completely terrified, everyone else thought it was really fun, and they all kind of got that it wasn't real. Like, of course, I didn't cut up spiders to put in the box, or I didn't have human bones. They knew that it was just something fun and silly. They were all saying at the end of the day, like, thank you for doing this for us. That was really fun. So that was cool. And that makes it worth it to me when they appreciate it and they show that appreciation. So that was cool. I'm not going to zoom in on this part over here where their names are because I don't want you to be able to see the exact student names and how many points they got. But that is what I ended up doing at the end of the day for the eyeball roundup. At the end of the day, I just called out their name and then they counted how many eyeballs they had and then just told me so I could write it down. I added up how many points each team got from the eyeballs, and then I gave them a piece of candy for the team that had the most points. That brings me to my next thing. There was only one student who was adding eyeballs when I wasn't giving them to them. So at the end of the day, she had the entire sheet filled out, and I for sure did not give her that many eyeballs. So we had a quick chat while everyone was cleaning up, and then I just had her throw her eyeball roundup away. So she didn't get to count any of those points. But everyone else was honest about it. So that was really nice. And I feel like that eyeball roundup helped so much because there were some times where it was getting a little chaotic. And so I would just tell them, you know, instead of having to tell a student like, you need to get back on task or whatever, then I would just call out a student's name and say, oh, you can fill in a row of eyeballs, thank you so much. Oh, this person can fill in a row of eyeballs. And then all of a sudden everyone else was back to work. So I really am thankful that there was that piece of behavior management in there. So that really helped to kind of get everyone back on track. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I wanted to mention. Oh, I ended up finding a Spotify playlist that was like background Halloween music, and it was like kind of spooky but not too scary where it was like inappropriate, and I had that playing in the background, and that was fun. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that was it. Yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to share with you guys. I'm sorry, my brain feels like the inside of a pumpkin right now. I'm exhausted. Overall, it was extremely fun. I would highly recommend doing this, and I am just thankful that Halloween is over for another year. So by the time you guys see this, of course, Halloween is already going to have passed, so you can't do this in your classroom this year, but definitely feel free to give this a like or save it so that you guys can check this out next year and try it in your classroom. Definitely make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss any future videos, and thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a wonderful Halloween, and I will see you guys soon for another video. Bye!